Most expensive luxury vehicles, the old Ford Bronco probably isn't top of mind.
Nope, not for me, but they are selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Fox News' John Brown gives us a look at why they are suddenly so valuable.
These legendary early model SUVs are back in a big way. You see these and you think, well, that's probably not worth that much, but you would be way wrong. And they're being built by a company right here from St. Louis. They're the hottest autos at auto auctions, but these are not the Broncos like you might remember.
The response typically is, weren't those things forgotten about in the woods and all these types of things? And we say, you know, we bring them back to life.
This is one of those on-trend stories that you may not know is even a thing. But yes, Broncos are suddenly a big deal again.
This idea, John, came from a cross-country trip I took with our oldest child, 5,000 miles, and on that trip, this is a great vehicle. We knew it was a great vehicle, but we also put a little Facebook page up, Gateway Bronco, and within 5 weeks we had 33,000 followers. So we found that there was something special here, and we said, you know what, maybe this is more than just a fun trip, a collector vehicle, and let's start a business around it.
Seth Burgett used that road trip experience to start Gateway Broncos in Hamel, Illinois. They are on the front lines of this trend and are now even licensed by Ford Motor Company to restore the vintage vehicles. Many of these old rusted out rides are what they call barn finds.
The average price that we pay for a Bronco is somewhere around $10,000 to $30,000. So we save the body, the frame, and the differential housings. Everything else is brand new.
They use an assembly line process with specialists at each station. From start to finish, it takes about 6 months, and they even come with a warranty. And people are willing to pay handsomely for a vintage Bronco.
So the end price average is about $180,000 to somewhere around $350,000 for the ultimate Bronco.
5 years ago, if somebody would have said, yeah, you're going to be selling Broncos that cost more than a Ferrari, what would your reaction have been then?
That is a great question. I would have thought it's such a small business that how could you make a living from it? But we have 20 families that we're feeding every single week and shipping Broncos across North America, from Canada to Mexico and all across the U.S., with interest in Australia and Europe as well. And so the resurgence of the vintage SUV is hot. It's the top collector vehicle in the market today.
And in case you haven't heard, Ford Motor Company is coming out with the new Broncos very soon. Burgett says he's not worried about that because they both work together. The new ones build interest in the old ones, and the old ones build a whole lot of interest in the new ones as well. I'm John Brown, Fox 2 News.